Okay, not really. But if I titled the video, "This Mega Sharpedo Kangaskhan deck won a single tournament in Japan and did well in a couple others," you wouldn't have clicked on it. Anyway, the combo is kind of genius. You don't mind starting first because there's a decent chance you start Mega Kangaskhan, who draws you 2 cards when it's in the active. Then you try to plop down a Carvanha and attach an energy if you can. Turn 2, evolve into the Pedo, attach a second energy, and use Pecharunt's ability to get Sharpedo in the active. If Sharpedo has a damage counter on it, which Toxtricity can provide while also accelerating energy, 100 Jaws does 270 damage. Add a Binding Mochi, that's 310. Now here's the fun part. Assuming Sharpedo survives, you can freely retreat into Kangaskhan, draw 2 cards, then Pecharunt the Sharpedo into the active again. And if you're worried about the lack of one-shot power against Stage 2s, that's where Munkidori and Gravity Mountain come in. Basically, playing with this Pedo is a great way to celebrate the end of the Phantasmal Flames meta as we prepare for the upcoming Ascended Heroes format, which begins in less than 2 weeks. Okay, so in this situation, what does Trust Your Pilot do? I guess I just go get a Toxel, because then I can knock out the Reshiram. Oh wait, no, I can't knock out the Reshiram. That's kind of sad. Okay, so then I think we just go for the Kangaskhan and just get set up, because we should have a decent amount of time here. I think, like, I know I could have, done things next turn, but I wouldn't have a damage counter on the Sharknado. Well, that wasn't worth it. All right, well, assuming they don't Iono, then I'll just put the damage counter on the Carvanha, and now we'll set up. So yeah, I guess I could have done things slightly differently. I could have gone for a Carvanha, attached to that new Carvanha, Pecharunted, and then evolve next turn. So it would have been a lot of work. And again with the Team Rocket, this is the second game today where we've faced the Team Rocket's Watchtower. But yeah, ABC, go rewatch that video that I made about the pronunciations for all the Pokemon and then tell me if it's right or wrong. So they're going to get some thingy things. And I've put myself in not the best position in the world, because I was a bit facetious here. So yeah, what I should have done, I should have grabbed a second Carvanha, attached to the Carvanha on the bench, Pecharunted the Carvanha on the bench into the active, so it got a damage counter on it. So then I could activate Hungry Jaws and do 270 to the End's Reshiram. But, I mean, if I'm just hunting Zoroark all day, that should be fine. Oh, yeah, great, thank you. Thank you for the Mega Signal. Whatever would I do without you? All right, so let's go Mega Signal. We'll get a Kangaskhan out of the deck because we don't want it. And then I guess it's... I mean, the odds of me getting energy bosses right now are extremely low. So I'm just going to Iono. And the fact that they're playing Zoroark means they're probably going to have draw the entire game, so that I shouldn't really worry about that. All right, so Toxel, Monkey. And then I'd like a Carvanha. I guess I do put the Carvanha down, just so I have a backup. And I mean, if they get a Lopunny, I think I can knock out a Lopunny. Yeah, with Binding Mochi, Okay, so I'm just trying to think what I would do with the Ciphermaniac. I mean, assuming we get an energy here, then I don't have to worry about anything. Okay, we got an energy, so that takes pretty much everything out of the equation. I just have to get Toxtricity bosses off the Ciphermaniac, and then we can knock out a Mega Lopunny. Or, sorry, if they attack with the Mega Lopunny, I don't even have to worry. And the fact that they have a Darkness energy tied to that Reshiram is really not good for them. They would much prefer if that energy was in the discard pile, so they can get their PP up. You know, normally I have to take a pill for that. Oh, speaking of which, I started a brand new game today. I can't remember the name of it. It's the it's the sequel to the thing that won Game of the Year a couple years back. It's like a roguelite or a roguelite. Does anyone know the name? But yeah, it's just I think it won Game of the Year a little while ago. So they got the air balloon. They're gonna go for the Lopunny. Or are they about to? Hey, these nuts would look great in your mouth. Boom, got him. Oh man, I spent all night thinking about that one. You all just got piloted. You all just got piloted into the ground. Boom. Saito and Super Smash Kart. Oh, how do you feel right now? How do you feel? There's no recovering from that one. All right, so yeah, we go. This guy, we need. Okay, what did I say I needed? I need Okay, we'll do Toxtricity and Binding Mochi. That's what we need on the top. Binding Mochi, Toxtricity, and then we take the knockout. And then they'll take 3 prizes, and then something will happen. All right, so Toxtricity, Binding Mochi, and then we go Toxtricity to the pedo. You always got to make sure you're being nice to the pedos. Okay, that goes there. And then, God, I just love this combo. This combo is so smart, where you just freely retreat the Sharpedo into Kangaskhan, you draw your 2 cards, and then you repoison, you do 310 or 340 with Munkidori math. Like, look at that. It's just crazy what this deck can do thanks to someone figuring out, oh, hey, oh, what the hell? Where's Fez? This build does not play Fezandipity. The 3 Kangaskhan build does not have Fezandipity. The 2 Kangaskhan build does. Because the reason you play 3 Kangaskhan, you go first off, because you always want to start the Kangaskhan. So you play 3 Kangaskhan. Is this the best way to play the pedo? Well, that's what we're figuring out today. I have Gengar, I have Kangaskhan, I have... Well, I mean, I don't... That's about it. What do you mean, Gengar, please, no? Oh, they have their own Munkidori. Well, they can't take the knockout, so that's fine. What do you mean? Gengar is the 10th most used card of the Phantasmal Flames universe. They just attach to their Munkidori, so they're not doing anything this turn. So, yeah, there's your top 10. And we are in a slight pickle here. Slight dilly of a pickle, but I can just, you know, retreat. I don't have to go too crazy. Does Dragapult go back to Unfair Stamp Crispin? I still think Neo Upper is going to be what it uses. I think it's still going to be Neo Upper. That just seems like the safest bet. And Tommy Mac, thank you for the sub. So I just knock out a Zoroark, and that's fine. Yeah, we just knock out a Zoroark. We heal the pedo. Remember, you gotta protect the pedos. That's what I've been saying. The pedos are very important. So we go... Yeah, I think just in case I can't find a Binding Mochi, I probably want to put the damage on the Baniri. And then we go Boss's Hors d'oeuvres on the Zoroark. Yeah, I guess I can retreat. I was like, I can't retreat. No, I can still retreat. I still want the dude to be poisoned. So then we go... Yeah, Kangaskhan for 2. Now that I think about it, I probably should just knock out the Baniri. Now that I have a much clearer understanding of how the world works, probably should have just knocked out the Baniri. But that's fine. And also, if I'd known I was going to get that Darkness Energy, I should have also taken the knockout with the fresh Sharpedo. You know, you always want to make sure your pedos are fresh. You know, you want to make sure they're always ready to go. But Tommy Mac, thank you again for the sub. I appreciate it, but if you're ever gifting a single sub, try to gift it to someone who's in chat who doesn't have any balls. Because Con Christ, I don't think they're ever here. So when you do it randomly, it can just be anyone. I think anyone who's following. And how many followers do I have? We're almost at 7,500, baby. So, Tommy, I appreciate the money, but I do slightly care about my community. So, you know, if you could... Easy. So, yes, I did slightly screw that one up. I should have knocked out the Baniri. Because knocking out the Zoroark is very easy. I should have just gone for the Baniri, because then that evolves into Mega Lopunny, and that could have provided a little bit of trouble if I couldn't find my Mochi. So that was a bit of an issue. Toes Rookie, thank you for the sub. Yes, or you can just sub with regular money and do it yourself. We did 69. 16. Next game. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how we win this one. I'm very concerned right now. Maybe if I just attacked with Kangaskhan, that's how we can win? Hello there. Okay, so we can actually maybe win now. Because I have the Pecharunt. We put a damage counter on the Carvanha. Well, actually, we put 2 damage counters on the Carvanha. And then we can retreat. So we can potentially knock out this Ogerpon next turn. We're going to end up giving up 3 prizes to take 2 prizes. And I did get rid of my judge, but I was thinking, you know, we weren't going to get it like that. You didn't know you had 2 different accounts? One's for the hot tub streams, the other one's for pilot streams. All right, so I'm pretty sure we lose. You know, Gengar wouldn't lose this matchup. Gengar would win this matchup. Well, now I'm glad I didn't, Okay. I don't know what they're doing, but I'm glad I didn't keep the judge, because apparently the judge would help them out. And their discard pile is freaking... So they clearly don't know what Pecharunt EX does. And Nick, as it should be. And their discard pile, can you please stop breaking PDC jail? That'd be great. And we just got everything, by the way. For those of you paying attention at home, we literally just got everything. So the question becomes... The question becoming in my pants is... No, we be very smart here. We be very smart. We do not take the knockout. Trust your pilot is a smart person, and he doesn't make dumb mistakes. This is expert level gameplay right here. You're probably wondering, but Pilot, why didn't you take the knockout? Because if I take the knockout, they're going to fez me. So instead, next turn, I'll take the knockout with Munkidori. Oh my god! Are you freaking kidding me? I would have just retreated. So... Oh my god. Oh yeah, and they just get the forest. Yep. Just get the forest of vitality. Yep. Oh, let me guess, you got the Meganium too? Okay, at least they didn't get that, and then we have no judge. You know, we actually don't have a judge now. Okay. We're still, I mean, I think the strategy is still the same, but what the hell? Let's go Night Stretcher for energy. So do I just knock out the Meganium? I think I just knock out the Meganium. Yeah, like, do I knock out the... If I knock out the Meganium, that makes their life tougher. If I knock out, like... There's so many things I could knock out that are both really good and really bad. But believe it or not... Tommy Mac, well, since you gave me money, I will listen to you. So if this goes sideways, it's all your fault. Okay, so I think what I do here is we take the knockout first. Yeah, we take the knockout first, and then we see what they do. Because obviously they're not going to give me the Meganium. Yeah, we're going to see who they promote since I'm not using Lilies. So if I was using Lilies, obviously I would Lily first, then take the knockout so I get the 2 extra cards. I mean, they did give me the Venusaur. The issue... oh, right, I can't retreat. So I can't do that. Yeah, I think I still go for the Bayleaf. I think that's still the correct plan here. Then we play with our balls. And then we go get Carvanha. We Carvanha there. We put the Binding... Actually, we probably save the Binding Mochi. And then... In this situation, I think we take the energy off of the Pecharunt. Oh, no, because it's poison. Oh, because, yeah. Oh, crap. I already committed to doing it. All right, so let's put it on the Kangaskhan. Yeah, let's put it on the Kangaskhan. And then we go that there. And then we just draw 2 cards. There we go. Yeah, you always feed your pedos mochi. Pedos love mochi. And Tommy Mac, exactly. But they can still take the knockout just by having 2 energy in their hand. But I guess my rebuttal here is... But I guess my rebuttal here is I can just, I go with Pecharunt. So step 1 is I Pecharunt, take the knockout with the Pecharunt. Because I'd be doing 180 plus 30 with Munkidori. That's a knockout with Pecharunt on the Ogerpon. So, but like you did see that Lily's play, right? We all saw that Lily's play. You can't game plan around PTCGL. Like, this is what I always say to people who are new to the channel. Like, why did you do that? That move was stupid. That, you always see comments all the time. Like, why didn't you do this? Why didn't you do that? Because my opponent had a 0-card hand and they top decked a Lily's Determination. Okay? They had a 0... Wait, why aren't they attaching to the active and taking the knockout? Oh, wait, I don't think they have a knockout, right? Because they're doing... They have a Meganium. Oh my god, they're going to get the stupid Meganium. Vertrums, I'm doing terribly. Unless they don't get the Meganium. But I think they were short, right? Because it'd be... No, they had it. If they just attach the 3rd energy, which they've had in their hand... Like, because remember, they powered up these Ogerpon. This Ogerpon had 1 energy to start the turn. They used its ability, and then they wasted 2 more energy. Okay, they have it now. They have it now. So... did you have to do something for extra credit? But this is so awkward, too. Because I have to put a pedo into play, and they're just the bosses away from winning the game. I think I have to do it. I think I have to do it this way, even though I don't want to. And there's the energy switch. That's great. Okay, so who would I rather take the knockout with? I think I'd rather take the knockout with the Pecharunt, right? So we go Pecharunt. Boom. You say Kang, but Kang gives up 3 prizes, and if I put 3 energy on the Kang and they build up a giant Teal Masked Ogerpon, we just lose. So my thinking of going with the Pecharunt is that if I go with the Kang, we just lose the game. All right, and then we will energy switch from the Kangaskhan to the Pecharunt. So remember, they've had it every single turn. This is our 1 chance for them to not have everything they need every single turn. Okay, that's good. And then we put Fez down. So as long as they don't have the stupid bosses, we will be totally fine. All right, and then draw 2 with Run Errand. Okay, those are all actually kind of good cards. All right, and then we go Retreat into the Pecharunt, do 180, take the knockout. And BS Ender, well, yeah, I mean, between a 4-card hand and a Fez, they definitely have it. All right, so we most likely win the game next turn. So as long as they don't have a Gust card and energy, we will win. Because currently they don't have enough energy to win. And they also need a Gust card. Unless they have a Genesect and can put like 50 energy on it. Let me guess, you have a Lily's? Oh, wait, they didn't get it. Their last card wasn't just a Lily's? But yeah, so if I would have put 3 energy on this guy, they could have Teal Masked Ogerpon and won. Please, for one turn, do not have it like that. That's all I ask of you. Just for one turn. Also, I can't knock out a Mega Venusaur. That's another concern here, is I can't knock out a Mega Venusaur. Oh my god! Okay, so I would have won this game if PTCGL didn't give them everything they needed. So even though I have a weakness, a massive weakness disadvantage, we still would have won this game. And ABC, this is a 2 Kangaskhan list. There's Prime Catcher. Prime Catcher is in the deck. Please tell me you don't have a Counter Catcher. Please tell me you don't have a Counter. Please. Okay, the fact that they're doing this tells me they don't. How much do you want to bet the Prime Catcher is prized? I haven't been looking, but I'm pretty sure the Prime Catcher is going to be prized, because that would just be the cherry on top of this crap sandwich. So press 1 if you think Prime Catcher is prized. Press 2 if I'm about to win the game. Okay, that's cool. Yes! Okay! So I'm just going to go for it. We're just going to put the Kangaskhan in the active. I can actually check the deck with Toxtricity. The Pedo. We win with the Pedo with the Toxtricity. That's the Toxtricity Pedo combo is great. And I forgot to check the deck. All right. Yeah, we're gonna Fez too, just in case we get a card to search the deck. Okay. Do you think it's in the deck? Also, no, we have to Cipher. Because I can also bosses. No, we can do all the things. We can do all the things. We have game. We are fine. Because I can get Pecharunt with this too. And then we have the Prime Catcher. We also had the bosses. So yeah, we had Prime Catcher and bosses and Pecharunt. So I left myself with multiple ways to win. Let's sauce them up. Let's sauce them up here. Get the Prime Catcher and the Binding Mochi. Let's just really sauce them up and make them hate life. Because they don't know that I just got it like that. You just lost a game where you had a weakness advantage and you lose bigly. And you know what? I don't like your Wellspring Masked Ogerpon. Yeah, I said it. I don't like your Wellspring Masked Ogerpon. I hate its face. So we're gonna pound its face in with a Pedo. Okay, there we go. Okay, I did BM a little bit. They didn't deserve that, but I just wanted to do it because they had a 0-card hand and they top decked Lilies. They were able to manufacture the Teal Masked Ogerpon. The only time they stumbled was if they just had a Counter Catcher, they would have won. But that's how bad Mega Venusaur is. If you ever are like, oh, Pilot's being too harsh on Venusaur, just rewatch this game. Venusaur is bad. Venusaur can't even beat off a Sharpedo deck. Venusaur cannot beat off a Pedo. So there's a couple things I can do here. I think realistically what I do is just go get a Pedo and say they're not going to have Lopunny Energy Dusknoir. So I just go Pedo Pecharunt and draw a couple cards. And we just knock out the Pidgey. I think that's the safest bet. You know, it seems fine. We'll Pecharunt. The question is, if they take the knockout, do I want to have the energy somewhere? I guess technically I wouldn't mind having the energy on the Pecharunt, because the Pecharunt can do 180. As you've seen, the Pecharunt does 180 damage, which is surprisingly useful. You know, basically that won me the game. That won me the game against Venusaur, was Pecharunt being able to do 180. So we're going to judge them next turn. We got the totally normal Bouffalant Lopunny Fanrotom deck. As we all know, a fan favorite. But yeah, Incineroaring, I'm switching things a little bit where I only want good videos to be on the YouTube channel. You know, on Twitch and the VODs channel, I don't care about any of you. I just care about your money. So here, the only way oh my, what did I just say? They haven't even played a supporter. They just had it. They just had it like that. There's no way they have Energy Lopunny Dusknoir. They literally had the Lopunny, they had the hardest things in their hand. What the crap? Okay, this is fine. We have Poffin, we have Judge. Well, they got the Fez too. Oh my goodness. Okay. Hopefully they only play like 4 energy and there's only a jet. Oh my god. I'm not stressing my brain 2 games in a row. Okay, this is not fair. I refuse to stress my brain 2 games in a row. A pilot does not deserve this cruel and unusual punishment. Okay, so I think we just have to go up with the Pecharunt, judge them. We're not taking a knockout, which is fine. But holy crap. Okay. Thank you for the energy switch. I desperately needed that. Whatever would I do without the energy switch? All right, so I need a Fez. We don't need the energy switch. That would have been useful at any other time. But I think double Toxel might help us win. Oh, I should have left a spot open. That was my bad. I should have definitely left a spot open for a monkey, but I think it's, you know, we're just in Fez territory. Because it's like, you know, what are the odds that things go our way? Okay, they were able to get a jet energy. Can I get a darkness energy? I have more darkness energy than... Okay, thank you. I was going to rant for a really long time if we didn't get it. But we have a good hand. We're not taking a knockout. They currently don't have a knockout. I guess we go Pedo energy just in case they Iono me. All right, so I can potentially just 2-shot the Lopunny with Pecharunt. Because they currently don't have a knockout on my Mega Kangaskhan. They don't have access to Counter Catcher. And if you're wondering, why doesn't Bouffalant stop the damage on Pecharunt and make it 60 less? Because it's only basic colorless. So I think the reason they have Bouffalant in the deck is either A, they didn't read it, or B, they just really want to make sure they survive early. Because Zoroark is affected by Curly Wall, right? Because Zoroark is just not weakness or resistance. Okay, so they have locked themselves up. So if they don't have a Hilda or a Jet Energy in their hand... Oh my god! Okay, this is fine. This is fine. Everything is fine. This is great. I should have saved that Super Rod, but everything is fine. So I have to... No, actually, I was going to say I have to evolve my Toxel. I don't have to evolve my Toxel. We can still win this one. We can still absolutely win this game. I do have to go up with the Kangaskhan. And I'm assuming the Pecharunt is in the second Pecharunt is in the deck. If it's not, we're super screwed. Okay, there's a Toxtricity. I can actually Brock Scouting for the other Toxtricity. Okay, we have to knock out the Lopunny. That's non-negotiable. I'm just wondering how exactly do I do this? Okay, so we check the deck. Candy Dusknoir is fine as long as I take the knockout. We have the Pecharunt. Okay, so I think we win now. Unless they have a Blood Moon or Saluna, I think we win. Right? So we go Pecharunt. I need an energy, but oh, this is so awkward because like I can Brock Scouting, but they could just easily get like Boss's Blood Moon and win. So I would prefer to judge them. So I guess we go Run Errand. Okay, there's that. Okay, so we have the energy, right? Yeah, we have the energy. Yeah, it just makes the most sense to judge them. Like I know they still have access to Fez, but giving them 2 less cards is the correct play. Yeah, they probably do have the Ursaluna, but they would still need a Gust card, and it would have to be bosses. Huh. Do you... No, I can't knock out the Fez. But do I knock out the Duskull? Hang on, do I... I can't knock out the Fez because then they can just win. Well, actually, no, they can't. Yes, they can. Yeah, I have to knock out the Lopunny. No, I can't because they would just... Remember last time when we didn't think they were going to get it like that and then they got it like that? Remember when that happened? We actually don't need any of the... We don't need to play with our balls. We don't need Night Stretcher, so I can just do whatever. We can get the monkey out of the deck. So... And then we go Hungry Jaws and take the knockout. Yeah, so I was trying to outthink myself, but if I knock out the Fez, then they can just win. Oh my god. Then they can just win by using a Dusknoir and like a Fan Rotom. They can do too many things. I had to go for the Lopunny. I had to force them into a situation where they can't Dusknoir. Okay, there's Jamming Tower. So I think that was the correct play. I was trying to think, like, what was the line? I had Prime Catcher. I could have knocked out the Fez to shut off their draw. But they don't have a backup attacker. They have to get bosses, Jet Energy, Blood Moon, Ursaluna, or, yeah, because they've used Jamming Tower, so they can't use Air Balloon. So they have to get Ursaluna and Jet Energy. Unless Prime Catcher is their ace spec. There's Dusknoir. See? They got it. See? If I hadn't knocked out the Lopunny, they would have won. So they're going out in style. So I'll give them a thumbs up for going out in style. It's always cool to do that. Or not, or they're not being cool. Yeah, so they're going out in style. So good. Thank you. They're going out in style. So they didn't get the bear. So yeah, they would have needed Ursaluna, Jet Energy, bosses to win. Because Ursaluna would have won the game. So I had to knock out the Lopunny in that situation to prevent them from being able to Dusknoir. And then Lopunny my Sharpedo for game, or Dusknoir, you know, somebody, and knock out anybody. So I won that game. Again, right after the Venus, this is, you didn't see this, because, you know, YouTube, I cut between games and it could be like 2 hours difference. This is literally right after the Venusaur game where they got everything. And I won because I'm so smart. And then Boobster got everything and I still won because I'm so smart.